Dude, I don't know how well this is gonna work out. I'm wearing orange on a green screen. I have no idea if the color keying is gonna do well. Also, this face mask smells like fucking dust. Because it's been in the fucking closet for about 2 weeks and I forgot to wash it. Man, this ain't the fit. This ain't the right. This shit don't look right. Hey. This is the KK Lightwave switches, manufactured by King Keyboard. These are the second version of these switches. The first version was released on Velocifier's website, but it didn't get as much craze. These are a linear switch with a 4mm travel, 2mm actuation, and a 65-gram bottom mount. The switch is made of a polycarbonate housing and a palm stem. The difference between the two versions of these switches is something to do with the molds. V2 is now stated to achieve a stabler and smoother hand feel and gives more typing pleasure. I have no idea how accurate these statements are, being that I do not have any information on the V1 switches, but let's continue. Switches are a 5-pin, so they're very stable when soldering them into a board. And the spring on these switches, Jesus Christ, they're fucking long. Putting the stock versions into the Brutal 60, typing on these switches, they feel bad. I don't know. Maybe the Brutal and the Lightwaves just don't merge that well. They sound like shit, that's for sure. But this is all purely preference, right? Everything is subjective. You can't hate a switch because it just doesn't fit your preference. That's just me. But the spacebar with these switches stock, not bad. So while I still had the GMK Pro on hand, I tried the Lightwaves on that board, and honestly, they felt a little better. Still shit, but just a wee bit better. I'm not giving you a sound test of it though, because fuck that. You only get one sound test of these switches stock. Fuck you. Let's move on from the stock experience. Like I say, with all my videos, nobody really cares for the stock experience of these switches. They want the good stuff. They want the lubed experience. The lubed experience of these switches are different. So like I say, in a lot of my videos, sound varies when it comes to the combination of switches, keycaps, cases, place, mounting systems, so on. Brutal 60 is a top mount with an FR4 plate and it is an alu body. I also added foam between the plate and the PCB. Keycaps are PBT keycaps that I got off of AliExpress. These switches in the Brutal 60 with the keycaps are extremely muted, so I tried them in the Monster Gear XL V3, which is a top mount alu body and brass plate. I also added case foam, and it sounds clackier, but it still is muted. The feel of these switches, very smooth. Like, I really like them. Maybe that's because I just did a fresh coat of lube, but I'm sure they will be smooth even 2 weeks down the line. But yeah, these switches feel very nice. The bottom out of these switches though are a bit mushy. That brings me back to the whole muted sound of the switch. The Lightwaves, if you look at the stem of the switch, you will notice that the switch has this weird thing going on where they have like some sort of stabilizer legs. I'm pretty sure these legs are there to soften the bottom out of the switch, making the switch sound more muted. To prove if I was correct in this statement, I went ahead and went into the switch and cut the legs off of the stem. After doing so, I went and put it inside the board, and the sound difference is definitely noticeable. So, with this in mind, do I recommend everyone going in and cutting these stems out for a more clackier sounding switch? No. The Lightwave switches have those legs there for a reason. Personally, I do think these are a very interesting switch to have purely because the typing experience on these switches remind me slightly of a silent switch. I know a lot of people don't like silent switches, but like, come on. At least get one silent switch. At least try out one silent switch, you know? Just try it out. The bottom out feels close to a silent switch purely because of the leg on the stem and how it's giving it a bit of a cushioning when bottoming out. But yeah, to me, I like the switches purely because they feel pretty different. So would I recommend these switches? Sure. Switches themselves are pretty different from other switches purely because of the fact that the switches have those legs softening the bottom out. It feels like a fucking silent switch, but they aren't a silent switch. It's weird. They do feel a bit mushy, but hey, it all do be preferences, you know. Switches sold for $5.50 for 10 switches, 55 cents per switch at Group Buy, and sold for $6 for 10 switches, or 60 cents per switch for extras. If you're into switches that are similar sound profiles of a silent switch, or just want a quiet switch for the office, these are a pretty good option. So in conclusion, KK Lightwave V2 switches are a unique switch with a different style of stem, providing the typing feel closer to a silent switch. Typing experience of the stock versions of these switches are lackluster, not good at all, but have a smooth and soft typing experience as a loop switch. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. I also have other keyboard content. Check that out. If you like that content as well, hit that subscribe button. I also have a Twitch. I stream every Wednesdays and Fridays at 11 p.m. Pacific time. Try my best to do that time. If I ain't streaming at that time, I'm trying to stream it another time. But yeah, here's a clip. Some of the things that I do over there. Here. It's pretty sour. I kind of want to eat it now. I kind of want to eat it. I use, okay, no. I lubed. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.